Hello fam, this is your girl F here and I'm with my co-host Uma Tabile, and today we have our CEO here and this program is titled The Time with the CEO. Well, if you're new to this channel, please make sure that you subscribe. Just click on the notification button, like and also comment. Fori Tech Online is proudly sponsored by Fori Tech IT Solutions. So I'm going to I'll ask our CEO to introduce himself. It's not the first time. If you follow, this is like a series show, The Time with the CEO, where we talk about wealth, we talk about money, we talk about wills. We talk about how we can be financially stable in life. So welcome, sir. This is your show.
Yeah, it's this. I think my producer will enlighten me. It's the 7th episode.
Okay.
So those who have been following will understand that we're building up a momentum in terms of people becoming financially stable and wealthy as well.
Yes.
I believe in the wealthiness, and you've said it all. Subscribe, criticize, hit the notification button, likes, criticize us so that we know where we're falling short, and then we get hooked up with it. So my name is the CEO, aka
the boss is always right.
And the boss is always right, as my girl says. My real name given to me by my father and mother is Kwabena Ufurieboa. The Kwabena means I was born on Tuesday. Ufurieboa is my father's greatest name. So that's it. Yeah, cool.
So today we want to actually talk about the importance of investments.
Okay.
We have seen many people invest. At times they will say no, my investments went wrong or things like that. How can one invest, as a beginner and things like that? And I am sure me and Batabile are like youngsters, and at times it's very hard to know because people come with a lot of things. So with you now as a man who is experienced when it comes to money, when it comes to anything money, our boss knows. Anything money, our boss knows. He, soon to be. So Dangote should watch the.
I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I'm almost there because the question you posed me first, I will explain my attire. Because on my episode 4, I always believe in this, the Arabic model of wealthiness. So I always love to dress in them. So this one pertains that I'm going through that route. Remember, these Arabs are buying all the big teams in the world.
Did you tell me that you look good on this attire?
Yeah. So it means money looks good.
Money looks good.
And I love that. The secrets of investment, I'll first tell you a little bit of myself, how I acquired my wealth. It was not through fraud. I was so lucky that I'm an academician and I was struggling, and then my dad passed on and left us a legacy. So I built upon those legacy to become where I am now. Although I might look simple, but I'm not simple in the brain and stuff like that.
And you're not simple in the wallet.
No, that would definitely, obviously. I'm not trying to show for you people to have money. I've made life for myself, which I can stay 5 years without working. Now I want viewers to understand that the secret of investment. First, what is an investment? Investment is trying to put your money where it will generate more revenue or more income. That's the beginning and the finishing of investment. There's no any other definition. Now I want you guys to understand something. I was listening to a popular man that I look up to, like my mentor, who said the only way you can be successful is to take risk. So an investment is taking risk. There's no hard and fast rule that your investment will yield. They will come up with all the sugar-coated words to say, if you put your money here, you get this. Now, the secret is that, remember, it's people who are trading with your money, and then they give you a return back. The company or the bank or whatever can be liquidated. When I say liquidated, I'm using big words like they can go bankrupt, where their liabilities will be more than their income.
Yes.
Now, when we talk of liability, you're talking of the debt that you owe is more than what you have in the bank. So, to invest or to do investment is taking risk. And should people invest? Yes, because for you to become wealthy, your money lying in the bank without investment will not do anything. Let me give you a scenario. Let me go into the South African route. If you save money and you have 20,000 rand in the bank and you don't invest it, you don't do any business with it. The following month, let's say you pay rent, but you're working daily, your 20,000 still lies in the bank. Now you pay your rent and then there's some unforeseen happenings comes onto your way. Oh, where do I get money? Let me go into my 20,000. Now it's no more 20,000. It could be 19,500 or 19,900. Your money will be depreciating in the bank. Now when we say investment, it's not always going to put the money in the bank for the bank to invest with it. You can also buy something which will yield profit.
Okay.
You understand? Very, very good example is this. A very good example is this. What the Nigerians do when they come to this country. They've got money. They go and buy, rebuild. They go and buy cars which are smashed. They rebuild the cars. They put 80,000 into the car. The car worth maybe the retail price is 230,000. They bring it down because it is a smashed car. They fix it to become almost new. They sell it to 120. They've made 40,000 profit, and that is investment.
A big one.
That's a big one. So investment, people always curtail their investment or narrow their investment, say, okay, let me go to the bank, let me keep the money to the bank and let the bank invest it. Because that's also investment. We have other forms of investment, but anything that makes your money to grow and get profit is an investment. So that is investment.
Okay, so say, why investment? Why not clothing, maybe a fashion design, or be a teacher, or just be a normal employee? Why investment specifically?
As a person?
Okay, perfect. There's something that people don't know. The biggest form of investment is your education. The biggest form of investment. And people are always having negative thought about people go to school are not rich.
Yeah.
And then I rather take my money and buy this thing. That's why I say we have different forms of investment. Let me give you an example. Let me come to what you are saying. If you feel your money, you want to go to school, what is your aim and objective of going to school? You are working in Virgin Active. You've got employment, but your salary is too small. Somebody tells you that go and do postgraduate as a teacher, and then I know a prerequisite is a prerequisite salary of a teacher in government now with the RQV 14 is 24,000, and Virgin Active you are getting 12,000 or 10,000. If you save money and you go to school, and you get the teaching post, that's the highest form of investment. You have jumped from one salary scale to another. Now, how do you say it's an investment? The time that you're earning 10,000 and now that you are earning 23, you've got 13,000 increments. So there you can use the 13,000 as a form of savings.
But with us people, the more I get the increment, the more
your expenses.
Yes. So how do we deal with that? How do we manage that?
I think
what advices can you give to us
black people? I'm not trying to be
sarcastic,
or racist, but I feel like with us black people, when money comes, we want to do the extraordinary.
It's
we
the
want
excitement
people to see that we've got money. Like if now I was working, I'm just going to make an example as a gardener, and the next thing I'm now working for a financial institution. Once I get there, I want to buy a car. I want to now rent in one of the most expensive, to show So I feel like as Black people, maybe that's what's killing us, and we don't really know much about investments. We feel like that probably people who should invest are the high income earners. So I want to come back and ask, as a low income earner, like maybe a gardener, a helper, a nanny, is it possible for them to invest?
Perfect. I'll answer the two questions. I'll use one stone to kill two birds, and then I'll tell a little bit of my investment life. One, your question stipulates that how when the higher the person earns, the more the person spends. No, the first rule of success in terms of investment is to cut your coat according to your size. Do not overdo things that you're not supposed to do. If you can have this notion, one, the secret is this: you earning 10,000, I'm coming to you, and the 10,000 that you're earning now, you've invested in your educational life. You're earning 23, you get it 13,000, but you're staying in a place which is 2.5. Now because you earn 23, you say I want a place which is befit my status. That is the first step of becoming poor. The first step of becoming poor, because why? The 13,000 was the money that you kept, that you were supposed to give it to a investment broker to multiply your money for you. You decided to put the money in your education. So that 13,000, you have turned yourself as an investment broker. You must use that 13,000 to what? To save, to do more things. Now, let me attribute it like me. Let me tell you a secret. I got 420,000 from Department of Education, and when I got the money, I had money in Ghana already from my father's proceeds. I asked my wife, baby, I want to buy machines to work, but the machines will cost me exactly 400,000, and I have a wife and 3 kids. What do I do? My wife said, is the machine going to fetch you money? I said, for my feasibility study, it will fetch me money. I invested all the money in buying the machine. Within a week, I had made 70,000 cash back. What did I do? I did not spend the money. I still bought more machines, and I'm wealthy. What did I do? I did not change my status. My workers will tell you, I was still driving this car. I never bought a new car. What I did was that I sat down and I said, my wife is not working. She's struggling to get a job here. I went to America with them. I saw that there's opportunity for people who don't even have qualification. So what do? When the money was coming, I said, okay, let me take some proceeds of my investment to invest in my wife and kids to go to America. If she gets a job, I've cut off one problem, and I did that. And now she earns, when you convert the money into rent, she earns 135,000 a month.
Wow.
In South African rands. In American dollar, it's about $12,000. So that's the first step of investment. I said, what? Do not oversee your lifestyle. Whatever you were doing, just do it like that. You can have a little bit of changes in your dressing and everything, but don't go overboard, because you will become more poor and poorer. Because remember, you turn yourself into an investment broker. Let me give you a example. Assuming you have given the investment to bank, you cannot go in for the money from the bank. You only get the small income that is coming on top. But now remember, you invested the whole thing into your life. That's the best investment, and you are getting all this lump sum difference. What do? You look at different investment opportunity. Like, okay, I'm earning 23. I'm a girl, I don't have anything. Let me go and stock bags from China, Chinese shop, and sell it to people nearby who are lazy to go there and make small change. That's also forms of investment. So in order for you not to finish your investment that you have done holistically on your education, don't exceed your lifestyle. In the criminal justice law, they call it lifestyle audit. Don't do things which will make you more broke. You cut your coat, your dress that you wear according to your size. Don't wear dresses which are bigger than you. That's it. In terms of your question, in terms of the black mentality, I'm not being racist.
Yes.
Blacks they feel less of inferior. They live under peer pressure.
True.
So Batabile came with this nice clothes. Oh, I want to wear what Batabile is wearing. Meanwhile, the clothes were bought by Batabile's boyfriend. So now you dip into your investment to go and buy the clothes. You know what happens? The money that you have kept goes down. So that is a black mentality. Our low self-esteem has brought us to be timid in terms of, when I say timid, narrow-minded in terms of investment. You know the funny part? Every black person when he's making money buys a car. Why is it so? Why is it so?
It's
to
just
show your worth, isn't
it? It's all about the status.
When Batabile saw me for the first time, he said, she was with me, she said, you look too simple. And I said, because I know what is suffering. And now that God is blessing me, I don't have to be too excited. I have to keep my money and make sure it holds. And all of you are benefiting from me. You should ask yourself, where does this guy get money and give us every time? But you always find him in the house because I've got planning.
Planning, yes.
I've got planning. The reason is I've got planning is that I'm trying to expand my empire. And you guys are part of it. And congratulations. Ever since you joined my company, I'm telling you, my heart is so filled. You've done what people that I brought here couldn't do. And I know in due course we'll all smile.
Yes.
And that is a form of investment. I've invested in the machines, I've invested in the human beings. And another thing, I'm not talking to me. When you're a leader and your things are going on well, my producer, are you listening? Do not underrate your workers. You give them what is due to them, for them not to have bad heart against your company.
Yes.
That is why people's business collapse. When I was telling in one of my episodes, when this business is paying, but I really doesn't know that the business, it doesn't pay. I'm just paying. We are now waiting for payment. It doesn't pay, but I'm spending money because I know what is investment. In one of my episodes, I said, the best way for a CEO to not run the company down is to allow the company to pay you, not dipping your hands into the company's account. Because you know why? You meet Batabiles with all these curves and with all this thing. You take the company's card and go and swipe. The next morning, what are you doing? You are killing the company. Then the producer comes, Mr. Michael Kojasa, who is my producer, very nice, handsome producer with a dark face and nice body, although they say
one pack.
Yes. What happened is that he says chairman, because they call me chairman because the chairman is a form of respect to people who have made it in life and stuff. They call me chairman. Chairman, we need to buy a camera. You start murmuring. You know why? You spend the money that is in the company to buy more gadget. You start saying, no, wait, let's wait. So a CEO, you must allow yourself to be paid.
You know, so you touched on something that we black people, once you make it, you want to buy a car.
Yes.
And it reminds me, I just want to share a story. My mom works for a financial institution. So I would see all of her colleagues driving nice cars, you know, and all things like that. We were renting, then after that, they bought land and built a house. So in my head, I'd be like, but why aren't mom and dad, why aren't you guys buying, you know, a car? You know, English teacher, head of department in the English teaching sector. Mom, you're working in it. I never understood, you know, until I got older. I think now as a matric. And I was like, Mom, still, no car. You know, my friends, their parents are dropping them off at school. I'm using a school bus and things like that. Then she said to me, you know, what she grew up from a less advantage home.
So she knows what
and she was like, for her, she believes that having a home, in case something happens to them, will I stay in the car?
No.
Still, I do not understand, you know, because I'm young. time went on. As I grew older, I went to varsity. Now, when I got to varsity, because now I am now my own responsibility, that's when I realized that if we're going to do grocery shopping, we will go to Spar, Checkers, and Pick and Pay, ShopRite, just to differentiate prices.
The prices.
You know, and to me, I'd be like, Mom, just 1 rand. I never understood. Mom, the only difference between the bread here and there is just 1 rand. And she said, one day you'll understand. So when I got to varsity and I was now my own responsibility, and when I left home, she said, I get paid once a month. So you'll get an allowance once a month. I don't get anything, so now you should know. Learn how to save and things like that. Then I learned. Now when the money comes, it is me going to 3 different shops, trying to find the difference of 1 rand, because now it matters.
Now you see the importance of 1 rand.
Exactly. Now I saw the importance of the 1 rand. Now I saw that also she's trying to teach me that this is how you also invest in your own life. Because at times we think that investment is only in a form of monetary terms, you know, but to know things also for your own mind, so that tomorrow you can.
And also having self-discipline.
Exactly, self-discipline.
I love that.
Credit cards.
That is where you don't cut your quota.
She would say, I don't know. I was like, Mom, I went to the shop and they were saying credit cards. She's like, no, have you started working? Who's going to pay for all those things? If you want something, if it lay by it, if it takes 6 months to pay, let it take you 6 months to pay. Right? There is a form of, you know, like as you said, self-discipline. So now when she, you know, bought a car and all those things, I was like, okay, I said, yes. I work with people whereby they drive nice cars, but if you can go to where they stay,
You'll be shocked.
You'll be shocked. Why? Because of the standard that they're trying to live in. Now I have my home. Even if they can say retrenchment, I am in my home.
Yes.
That car, after I get retrenched and I've bought that, you know, nice car, am I going to stay with it with my family? No. So I just want to give it to what she said, so that we black people, we like this lavish life. And when we see how the Western people do things, we will say, yeah, it's because they have money. But it's not that they have money, they plan. Me and Batavide, we were actually discussing earlier that look at how the Western people will actually save for the young ones. Now when they get to college, they are not stressed. They'll even buy you a car. You know, they will do all those things, but because they started saving and investing, so that by the time the child is older, there is something whereby maybe if they are now pensioned. So now, sir, I think you forgot my question. You know, we think that only wealthy people can invest. How about the low-income earners, the gardener, the nanny, the helper, the ones whereby they day-to-day basis, they don't even reach maybe the minimum wage yet. How can those people try to invest?
I did not forget I was building up to your question and answer. You know, like I said in one of my episodes, I said, you don't need 1 million to be wealthy. It's too much.
Yes.
You don't. So in terms of these low earning people and the gardener and these people that we don't even recognize them in society also becoming an investor, there are forms of investment pertaining upon how much you earn and how much you have saved. But I always tell people that I use my life story. You don't need even physical cash to invest. What is happening is that let's say you're a gardener. I'm going to give a gardener. You are earning low. You cannot do anything with your salary. The first investment is to make sure that you save the little you have to improve on yourself, to move from one point to another. That is the investment. Because if you are going to still be stuck as a gardener, you might not get the kind of investment money you are looking for. But if you invest in yourself, like Batabila said, in education, okay, good. Let's say the gardener wants to invest in himself. What must he do? He's saving. Let's say he's worked for 30 years. The only thing he knows how to do is gardener. Doing gardener services for people. Okay, now, because you are old, you are very qualified in the job, and 30 years of experience, you buy equipment which will make the work more easier and flamboyant and style. and your prices go up. So in this case, that's why I'm wealthy. In this case, you still be a gardener, but you don't earn low because now you've put in more stylish in it. You know
to catch it. Like if you are using what is this? Is it a
Machete.
slash machete? Now you buy a loan.
So now when the long mower comes, you can say you pay him 30 rand. He's using machines. You have your pickup, you have your boys, but you are still doing the same job that you used to bend down doing. But this time, the fluctuations in terms of style and the equipment you are using, they cannot charge you like that. That's why the white people are, in terms of investment, supremacy. When you tell the white people to come and cut this tree, they come here with their cars and the dormer machines. The black person will go and take and ask, boom, boom. So you aim to pay him low. But this one comes with his cars, all his boys, everything. Listen what he does. And he's doing the same work the lay person is doing. But the person will come and cut, get 200 rand. This white man will come, give you an invoice, give you everything, and you pay 1.5. Stylish. But it's the same job.
Same thing.
So that is investment.
Same results.
You have invested in your profession and you are earning more. You understand? You put stylish in it. Now let me give you about my daily life in terms of investment to a low person. Everybody does YouTube, right?
Yes.
But the first time you enter here, it was different.
True.
That's stylish. I've made it a YouTube where YouTube is common. You do it with your phone.
Yeah, true.
And get views. But here is a studio. You have a place to sit. You have sofas, you have cameras. There's a pool, there's everything.
Lighting.
Lighting. So more or less it's like, wow, what kind of YouTube is this? So here, when I'm talking to you about money, I don't joke. Because when you come into my YouTube studio, it's up class. You people working for me, you yourself, you're happy when you're coming. You know it's a full package. You understand? And I'm happy to have you guys. So what I'm trying to say, to cut the long story short, you see, putting style in your business. Like the boot camp. Yesterday, we were buying the stuff. I have some of the stuff, the dumbbells. And then could you ask me that? Why the things the girl told you to buy, you adding more to it? I said, she's got weak mind. I need a bench. So that next time when somebody's coming, there's a bench. Now, could you ask me, why the bench? I said, she came with the cheap things. We've added more to it so it becomes a professional bootcamp, which can lead to a gym.
I'm glad you did that. I'm glad
You understand?
Mr. Producer, please.
Yes.
Please,
okay, which leads to what? Okay, which leads to what? A gym. Then he asked me, it's not what the lady said must buy. I said, because she's got weak mind. She doesn't have any forms of investment. The idea she's bringing, I'll buy it from her. It will be the company's born. Now, when anybody comes here, we call it the Foritech Keep Fit Club. And which we are going to launch it next week. It's called the Foritech Keep Fit Club. So all of these people didn't know. We never answered your calls. I want to show you how arrogant I am when you talk to me. I never answered your call because I wanted to show you that no, the boss has always got ideas. I pounced on your idea and I modify it. Now you will watch from next week the kind of equipment we have. And remember, the idea was from one of my work, Matabili, and we should clap for her. And now I build upon that idea to make it. Now, could you ask me, since we're still talking of investment, you want to make it a Keep Fit Club? What if it is raining, the weather? I said that's why we're going to mount series of massive tent there, where it will serve like a resort when you are by the pool. At the same time, we can do the Keep Fit Club in when it's cold. And the tent we close it with heated this thing. Could you say yes? That's why the boss is right. So here, what I've done, if she operates the boot camp and I operate, who will they go? Mine.
True. Because yours has style. Too much style in it.
Virgin Active. You know why everybody likes Virgin Active?
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of places, but the first time I went to Bafu, it's one. If you enter Virgin Active, you could see you are in America.
True.
You could see indoor pool and stylish, and they pick massive girls with serious, healthy style. So you yourself, you wish that, oh, I wish I'm like this guy. You see these Congolese guys with muscles, these Nigerian muscles, not protruding stomach like us, me and the producer, and it's Kojo, thumbs up, sharp. You understand? So automatically, I'm not insulting me and Kojo, but I'm saying when you get in there, I wish I'm like this guy.
You wish you could invest.
So it's called marketing investment. They've used their eye to catch you. You see, so they put in style. So now, if they say pay 650 rands a month, I'll pay it. Because I want to look like Butterbean. If you're a girl, I want to look like man. For real. So that's how investment goes. That's why white people are ahead of us.
Yes. So what is it that you would actually advise us as black people in investments? Because you know the way we are so scared because of the stories that come around. You invest, you lose your money, you hear things. I know that you're familiar with forex trading. I hope we're going to have an episode about Bitcoin and Novatech. There's a whole lot of things.
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. Today you'll hear that cryptocurrency is the future. The next thing you hear, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
It's this. So
it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme and things. You become scared as to where do I now put my money in.
Good. I hope you done with the question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question? So that I can bottle them in. Because the funny part of life is that to every good thing there's a bad
thing.
Bad thing. And we are living in a diverse world. People will always use their imagination and their brains to rob people. So when you want to go and invest, first and foremost you need to plan. But you are taking a risk. And also do thorough feasibility and investigation of where you are going to put your money. That is the first step. If you are not sure, I would urge people, the best place to invest is a renowned investment institution. And to me, I prefer the banks.
Okay.
To me, I prefer. We have Alan Green and stuff, which is cool. I prefer the banks because remember, banks, it's not easy for them to collapse.
Yes.
Because of the day-to-day money activities that people do.
Yeah.
But I'm not withstanding the fact that there are a lot of investment portfolios which are also paying high dividend. But to me, I would advise guys, stick to what? The banks.
And what I think as you
researching. Also, in terms of this forex, you must know, for anything that gives you money, it's like Bloomberg trading, and then all these stock markets in America. Before you gain, you must lose. So don't think that when you put your money, you'll always be gaining. That is the risk taking. When you lose, doesn't mean that you must give up. So it's a form of like gambling. But this one is a predefined and massive gambling. You get my point. But like I'm saying, in order for you not to have a heart attack, do your investment as a beginner from the bank. Okay, those who don't have physical cash, invest in yourself to make sure that you get salaries or wages which are paid sufficient. I told my host DJ Eris those days that the difference between a rich person, a wealthy person, and a successful human being, they form three variables. Every rich person, your money does not last. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Your richness goes according to your age. Your richness goes according to your age.
So please elaborate. I've never been so
now let me give you an example. When you listen to my 5 secret principles of becoming wealthy, I said it is absurd to be rich at the age of 20. Better wise, it's better you become rich at the age after 20 years because you can manage your finances well. Now, I'm going to explain why I'm saying richness goes with age. Let's say you are selling caps, and as you're selling the caps or caps or whatever how you call it, because in South Africa you got different terminations.
Yes.
Okay, and then you become very rich, and it does not have a generational riches. The moment you reach a certain age, it goes down. Nobody is there to succeed you. So the moment you die, the selling of caps ends there. Nobody inherited you.
Yeah.
Now sometimes when your immune system becomes weak and you get sick, you can no longer go out and sell caps. What happens? That's why when people sometimes they were too rich, and now when they grow old, the richness goes down. Now the people that you meet that are wealthy, they've created generational wealth. A very good example is me. I've opened a YouTube channel. Even if I get six and bedridden, any member of my family can come and manage you guys, and the money is still circulating. The money is still be given to me. So that's the difference between a wealthy person and a rich person. So don't try to be rich.
Yes.
Try to be what? Wealthy.
No, we'll definitely be wealthy.
Yeah, because the richness there. But I mean, today, do you know you can hit 200,000?
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But tomorrow, can you make 200,000? But if you have invested in 200,000 and your siblings or your children, you've created a generational wealth where it goes on and on and on. But even if you are 90, I'll give you a very good example. Okay, look at Bill Gates. He's resigned from Microsoft, but he's still the richest number 4 because he created what? A generational wealth. So his stake is still in Microsoft. That's the generational wealth. He's not rich, he's wealthy. Mike Zuckerberg, the owner of
Facebook, yes,
and Google, right?
Yes.
She can be sick now, but you're still opening Google.
Yeah.
You're still opening what?
Facebook. Yeah.
Those people are not rich. They are what? Wealthy.
Yeah.
Look at
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. You know why he bought Twitter? He bought Twitter because he knew it's the face of the future.
Yeah.
Everybody will be using Twitter. So he has created generational what? Wealth. He didn't do what? Rely on all those money in the bank. He realized that there will be one day the money will come down when I'm old. So let me buy something that even when I'm old will last. And that is the problem with you guys.
Yeah.
Don't allow your money to sit in the bank for you say, oh, I got 500,000.
You just keep looking at it and say it's
well, but and you can wear some clothes and say to me, boss, there's nothing I can do. I can come and give you 5,000 now. You accept, know that you're a whore or a prostitute. It's because these days we are playing the Yahoo. Yeah, and the Yahoo game is not easy. But do I still have 500,000 in the bank? No. But if I have generational wealth, listen to what is happening. With my IT company, let me tell you the funny part. I went to buy cameras of 25,000. These cameras I took from my savings. When I came, somebody brought me to design a letterhead of a company, a security letter. Mine is exquisite. We do serious stuff here, and I charged a person 15,000, and the person paid. And it was 10 minutes. Then my designer, Edu to scale it. Edu Yosin did it. I delayed for a week. I called a guy. He paid me 15,000. Do you know what is generational wealth? The machine is generational wealth. I lost 25,000, but within a week I made 15,000 from my machine. I don't care. You understand? So that's called what? Generational wealth. So richness. I don't want people to use the word rich.
Wealthiness.
You understand? That's what you have to try. So now you understand. It goes with age.
I think what I have learned is that from where you are, we as black people, we tend to be scared. We tend to feel like it's very risky. But I've literally learned something, that anything that you put yourself in, it's a give and take. But that doesn't mean that if you lose now that 1 rand that you were trying to invest, don't try again, because you're not going to learn.
It's what you learned, right?
Yes, our problem is that I want to put 300 today, and my time will say in the next 48 hours it's going to be.
We just want quick money.
Yeah.
And that is why there's a lot of pyramid scheme in the market.
Yes.
The pyramid scheme, you realize how selfish you are and hypocrite. You just want to make quick bucks. So I will come up with sweet appetite investment. You put your money in. The first time I give you, second time I give you, the third time I run away with it. Please listen, viewers, listeners. Wealthiness and richness goes with time. You don't expect your riches now. You give it time, and when it starts yielding, you'll make it.
Thank you for those words, Mr. CEO. This is the time
words.
with the CEO. We've learned something. But did you learn something?
A lot.
Yes.
A lot.
And let me say this before you sum up. Please, it's not always people with degrees who must be wealthy. No. Yes, it's not always people with degrees who must be wealthy. From today, you've heard it from me. The first step of worthiness is to take risk. The other step is this: even if you don't have degree, you've not gone to school, just find yourself a mentor. I'm always using that example. That question was going to come from you, forgotten. This is
That's because of you've covered everything.
now this is what is happening. Assuming you don't have degree, don't be less of a person. Forget about people with degrees, and you're selling tomatoes. How do you become wealthy? When you go into the tomato world, you look at the person who has sold tomato and made it, and go to him or her, say, teach me. When the person teaches you how he or she does with the tomatoes, improve upon what the person has done, and you'll be successful. Like now, the tomato story. If I'm to sell tomatoes, this is what I would do. I'll get my tomato ready, sell it locally, get money, target, look for people who are blessed with tomato selling, exporting tomatoes, join them, and I'll start exporting tomato to the rest of the world. And now what happens? You become a multi-billionaire but with no qualifications. So it doesn't mean that you must do a white-collar job. Any job that you put your mind, if you put style, you make it. So the degree is important. You know why? Because sometimes if you're not educated, you don't understand so many things in life.
Yeah.
People can beat you with their brains, but there are people who are born with brains without education.
True.
But I'm saying, if you are not happen to be privileged to go to school, you can still make it. Thank you.
For those words, Latoya, would you like to add on something?
I'm just so glad that today I got this opportunity to gain the words of wisdom from the boss. So now I can finally say that the boss is always right.
Of course. I mean, a person like this should be always right. I've learned actually a lot, and I really hope that our peers as well, because as young people, we actually think the people who should invest and, build their monies are the older generations. We take things very lightly, and I think we procrastinate a lot. No, I will do it next time if I get a better job or anything. But from what the CEO said is that start now. From that 10 rand that you get today, if it means keeping that 1 rand aside, you never know. That one, I mean, if you have 1 million and you remove 1 rand, you're no longer a millionaire.
No, 999.999.
You're no longer a millionaire.
Procrastination is a thief in time.
I think we should have a topic on that.
Yes, I'm happy to. I also say I'm happy to have you girls here to interview me.
Yes,
I've got the opportunity to listen to the two of you. And I'm also highly favored to have you guys, because the questions you put me has made me to understand that there's something that I'm doing right. I'm yet to look at you guys, your show. They say there's a show coming on now.
Yes.
Your noses are moving. Thank you, viewers.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Until next time.